Good afternoon. I'm Wayne Morris. I'm the Corporate Vice President for Marketing for Microsoft Business Solutions. And I'd like to welcome you to this session on CRM this afternoon. I think it'll be an exciting session for you. You're going to hear where we're at, and you're going to see where we're heading with it, and then hopefully how we can be more successful as we continue to go forward. So I'm just going to set it up very briefly at the beginning here. And you, hopefully all of you had the chance to be in Kirill's session this morning, and when he talked about Microsoft Dynamics and where we are, and then Neil's keynote as well. And just to reiterate that very briefly, the way that we see the dynamic business is all about the uniting people with technology, uniting companies with their customers, uniting business processes, front office and back office. And obviously in the CRM session, we're going to talk mostly about uniting companies with their customers. And so the way we look at business solutions and how we think about what we deliver as Microsoft Business Solutions, as Dynamics, building on and leveraging all the other great capabilities that you saw in the Vision keynotes this morning, we think about it in this way of integrating marketing, accelerating sales, enhancing customer service, streamlining production, optimizing operations, and all of that coming together to help companies improve their profitability. And so before I hand over to Fred, let me just talk a little bit about where we're at in terms of market momentum and what we're doing in order to help this business continue to grow. So when we think about market momentum, firstly I need to say thank you to all of you, our partners who have helped us here. We obviously have got some very tough competition in this space, and we've been on a journey. And yet, even in the spite of that tough competition, we are winning some great deals. We do have market momentum. We're now at 3.5 million users, almost 40,000 customers. We haven't announced our Q4 result yet, so I won't go there. But Q3 was our 35th quarter of successive double-digit growth. We're also seeing the movement to the cloud. With new customers, 2 out of 3 are now choosing to deploy in the cloud. And we've got more great things coming that you're going to hear about. The CRM 2013, otherwise known as Orion release, and the capabilities that we're bringing there to make CRM personal. What's coming beyond that, and you're going to see some glimpses of the roadmap going forward, and you saw that, in fact, in Kirill's keynote. Today, we made public where we're heading with our pricing and licensing around CRM 2013, and that gives us more competitive advantage in terms of cost of ownership, but also flexibility. If you haven't seen that blog, I'd encourage you to go and have a look at that. And of course, we continue to strengthen our competitive positioning and understanding of how to compete in the marketplace, and you should have those resources available to you as well. Neil talked about marketing investment, and this year as we go into 2014 or FY14, we're increasing our marketing investment, we're increasing our global advertising, and we're moving it from pure awareness to driving consideration. The Orion launch will be the biggest launch that we have this year. And we're going about it in an innovative global way of multiple connected events. It should be something spectacular. And of course, we don't just stop with that particular launch. We'll continue the marketing momentum throughout the year. And we're doing a much better job in terms of integrating and aligning end-to-end from our advertising, through our digital assets, through our campaigns, through and with partner marketing motions. And we've made a number of changes in the way that we market and the way the organization is structured in order to facilitate that. So with that, what I'd like to do now is hand over to Fred Studer, who's now going to take you a little bit further on this journey of where we're heading with CRM. Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne. Wow, we have a full house today. This is great. In fact, we do have a few seats here in the audience in the middle if you guys did want to come in and walk up. So appreciate that there's folks standing in the sides here. But I'm Fred Studer. I get the awesome job of marketing CRM. And all of you are here, hopefully, to hear some of the exciting things. But this is one of the more exciting areas. Before I got started, I did want to just share with you guys what we're going to talk about today. So Wayne kind of outlined really where we've come and the great momentum that we've got going on. But I'm going to take it a step further. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of the trends that we see happening in CRM. And in fact, I'm going to challenge you guys a little bit. I think that CRM, although a category that is growing and lots of excitement is there, it's kind of evolving. You can almost think of it as kind of CRM next. There's a lot of things that are evolving. Things like collaboration. You saw Yammer, Skype, things around multiple devices, integration with different data sets, even linking into back office systems, front office systems, social systems. The world of CRM, and really specifically the world of our customers and our customers' customers, are completely changing. And one of the things that I need to get from you guys is your advocation of helping us push this new movement forward. So we're going to talk about some of those trends. I'm then going to introduce a customer. We're actually going to be Skyping with a great customer, Metro Bank in the UK, and I'm going to get their perspective on really the notion of customer experience and how they're thinking about customer experience in a completely different way. And then we're going to walk through just what we think about CRM 2013 and the vision. We're going to have some great demos, and then we're going to end with the most exciting thing ever, a little bit of detail around the pricing and licensing. So hopefully that will keep you guys tantalized. If that doesn't help, they keep the rooms really cool, so hopefully you're shivering and keeping up your friends next door. But the world has completely changed, and I'm going to ask you guys for just some responses. So how many of you are on social networks? Everybody. How many are in social networks right now and tweeting or everything? Okay, I'm Fred, at Fred Studer, so let's see what you guys can do around that. But we're inundated with just the new social connected world. And all of our customers, your customers, and their customers' customers are on that too. There's completely new expectations. In fact, you could almost just say that the sales, the former world that we knew as sales, marketing, and service are completely breaking down. Because the world is permeating through all of these things. Customers don't just go online and then stop and say, oh, can I talk to a seller? Can I talk to a marketing person about an event? It's completely ubiquitous across all of these streams. People start in marketing and they go about 60% down the sales cycle before they even talk to a human. And when they do engage, they want to engage in the right time frame and on the right context that they have. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I spend about 10 minutes every day dismissing birthday reminders of people I don't even know. Because all of my calendars are linked. It's like, oh, and sometimes I get brought into this. It's like, oh, it's Sebastian's birthday. I wonder I don't even know Sebastian. Who is this guy? Now I'm having, regret. Should I go on his Facebook site and say happy birthday? Am I going to get ridiculed on the social market because I don't do that? Well, crap. And then I say dismiss. Oh, look I've got a new friend request from Rihanna. And she's got a great glamour shot on Facebook. And I'm like, God, I have 10 friends in common. And I don't remember knowing Rihanna. I don't even know. So I go to Facebook and I don't know the 10 people that are associated with her. So now I'm stuck. I'm in a quandrum, right, about who the heck I know. This is crazy. The whole world is different. How many of you have kids? They're probably, surfing the web, etc. How many of your kids comment when you try to download a movie or something? They say, oh my God, Dad, the bandwidth has gone down. So now I've found a new practical joke. I cut the bandwidth off, and I wait and see how long it takes them to come find me. But you want to be careful, because if you have an electric car, their new practical joke is unplugging your electric car, which is a shame when you have to drive 100 miles the next morning. So the world is different. We've got to think about it differently. Our customers need to think about everything differently as well. So we are in this age of the customer, and the customer is absolutely right all the time. Well, why is it the age of the customer? It's not just because they have connection to all of these things, and because they're ubiquitously drawn to other connections, and because they have different expectations. When they comment about a problem in the world, they want a response back in Facebook or on Twitter. They have demands that are just crazy expectations, but we as people that want to help them with their customers' expectations have to do a better job. And so what we've really seen is that there's a new way of people thinking about how to connect with companies. And this doesn't become the new marketing, sales, and service, because these things that I'm going to talk to you about permeate across these different things. You can think about it in the context of how people might go to dating sites, so either Match.com or Mingle or eHarmony, or there's even very specific ones. People want to be matched with personal interests, personal goals, different things about themselves that expand and are able to help people better match to them. Consumers want the same thing. They want to be able to share information, the right information, in context so that you can better help them. And that happens across marketing, it happens across sales, it happens across service, because what's happening is these things are in a cycle now. There is no more linear marketing, sales, and service. Those roles don't exist anymore. Although we still have those people, their worlds are different. Because if you're a seller and your customer has a problem, aren't you now a customer care person? Absolutely. And if you're in the marketing cycle and somebody wants to have more interest around buying something, don't you kind of go into engagement and sales role? Those roles are actually blending. And so as we think about it, people want to have match ability to get to exactly what they want. They want to engage exactly on the medium, the context, and the way that they want. And they want to be nurtured. They don't want to just be cared for. They want proactive interest around how we're going to help them use our product or service in a better way. And so just think about this as a new construct around match, engage, and nurture across the entire cycle that we want to help customers both see the value of our products, use the value of those products, and become fanatics. And so I'll walk you through, what we're thinking about there in a little bit. But the punchline is that everybody wants a personal experience. That's what great marketing, sales, and service, and really great development, great product rollout and distribution, great everything from how we build a product to how we service it, that's what people expect. Because we have these connections, and because of this new world of social, and everybody's got a phone in their pocket, we expect it. And so what we tried to do with our latest release of CRM 2013 is to provide that personalized experience. Not just for our users, because that is important, but for our users and the companies that use our technology to make their personal experience better for every one of their customers. And so I couldn't think of a better way than to have one of our own customers really share their expectation. And so I'm going to try to activate a Skype call here. We'll see if it happens. But I wanted to introduce you to Mr. Paul Clark. Paul Clark is the commercial director for a wonderful new bank called Metro Bank. Are any of you from Europe or the UK? So you must, hey, there we go. Let's hear it for those guys. So this company, Metro Bank, is the newest bank in the UK. In fact, there hasn't been a new bank in over 100 years. They've completely reimagined everything from the times that their bank is open, to the experience when somebody comes in, to how they actually deal with a long-term fanatic of Metro Bank. And so let me really quickly see if you can hear us there. Paul, can you hear us?
Hello, Houston.
That's awesome. Now, hopefully, yeah, this is good. Skype is working. We hope that we don't have to have a call that says, Houston, we have a problem. But I'm going to stand here just so that you can see me. I've got over 400 people here in the room, and they're fired up about CRM. And so I thought maybe we could start with maybe you just giving us a really quick overview of Metro Bank and why you guys are so special.
Okay, so the Metro Bank model is based on a US model, actually. A Commerce Bank model was built over 30 years and ended up with 200 stores being opened in New York over a 5-year period. Our job is we brought that model to the UK. So 4 years ago we started. About 3 years ago we were the first new bank in over 100 years to get a banking license, and we opened our first store 2.5 years ago. In the UK, there's 4 or 5 major competitors in the banking space, and it really is impossible to open a new bank. The model that we offer is based on service and convenience. So we believe that our customers will trade a better banking experience in return for a lower cost of deposits. So it's a bit like a John Lewis model, a high-end retail experience. So we have over 19 stores now. All of our stores are built on corners. They're 4,500 square feet. We open 7 days a week, early in the morning till late in the evening, and we hire great people to provide fantastic customer service. You can open an account in 15 minutes and walk out with a debit card, with a checkbook, and with your credit card active. We have magic money machines in the stores for our younger customers to come and count their coins for free. We welcome dogs. We offer dog biscuits. It's genuinely about going out of the way to surprise and delight our customers. And customers across London are responding. They want a new experience in banking, and they want that delivered face to face.
I love it. Well, you had me at magic money machines. And I know, having dog biscuits, having people be able to bring their bikes in are awesome. So, as we talked a lot about this, you guys were really trying to completely reimagine the personal experience that you could deliver. So maybe you can expand upon just how important customer experience was in kind of your philosophy, and what kind of resonance are you getting with your new customers?
So we started from a premise, and we continue to operate from a premise that customer experience is everything. So we do two things. We design our model to surprise and delight our customers. So it is things like we open the door at 10 to 8 in the morning, even though we publish our opening hours at 8 o'clock. We don't ever want to be in a position where a customer's arguing with us about whether we're opening on time or having a queue outside the door. The second thing we do is we make sure that we hire our people for their customer service skills. So we don't traditionally hire bankers. We put all of the people that we hire through customer service kind of selection, so role-playing, the kind of welcome you'd expect from a Western hotel. And then the third thing we do to underpin it is we have a culture which is based around customer service. So we call it our Amaze culture. Everybody all the way from the chairman through the CEO to the teller is evaluated in exactly the same way. The first A of Amaze stands for attend to every detail. The M stands for make every wrong right. The second A stands for ask if you're not sure, bump it up. The Z stands for zest is contagious, share it. And finally, E is all about exceeding expectations. And I think what you'll find is we're not perfect, but if you train people and tell them that the customer comes first, then actually magical things start to happen and you start to get some real advocates. It's all about creating fans for us rather than customers.
It is nice. This whole notion of zest and fanatics, really, we've actually taken a lot of this as we've been working with you guys to get your implementation working. Everything has been going as planned. And in fact, one of the things that I thought was fun that the crowd might love is that you guys have your own superhero. And in fact, I don't know if they have a maze on their shirt or how that looks, but I also heard that you throw parties at every new bank. So maybe you can just tell us a little bit about that. Are you the superhero?
No, our superhero is far more impressive than having something on his T-shirt. So we have Metro Man. He's about 5'4", wears a big M and has some very large feet, and effectively goes out into the community. We operate probably within a mile or 2 miles of each store. We'll try and create a real sense of community that's underpinned by Metro Bank. So you'll see Metro Man out at school fetes, in the street waving at people. And we have a long list of people who like to spend their time inside the Metro Man suit.
So one of the things that I'm sure the audience would love to hear is your growth aspirations. So you guys obviously are brand new. You're opening up new stores, et cetera. What are the aspirations that you at Metro Bank have? So
we call it our 2020 vision. And effectively by the end of 2020, we aim to have 200 stores in London. So that's basically a store everywhere that you work, everywhere that you play, and in your home community as well. So we aim to be on every street corner. We aim to have over 1 million customers, over £200 billion worth of deposits. So large growth aspirations. We're about 2.5 years into that story now, that 10-year plan, and we already have 200,000 customers banking with us. And our net promoter scores are running in the high 80s. So we think we're doing a pretty good job, albeit in our early days, of getting ourselves into the position where we have the right to turn people into fanatics or be the fans that we're looking for.
Love it. So maybe one final question, Paul. You had a lot of different things going on with driving this customer experience, and obviously your aspirations are really bold. So as you were going through your evaluation, what were some of the key things that drove you to choose Microsoft Dynamics and other Microsoft products?
So we started the process about 18 months ago of selecting a partner to support us with CRM. When we first opened the bank, we didn't have any customers, and we needed to test the model. So CRM for us was perhaps a luxury too far. We thought we could manage customer relationships with a Rolodex. Actually, we got to a point where we'd chosen Salesforce as our partner, primarily because, and we gave feedback directly to Microsoft, that we liked Salesforce because we considered them to be kind of the Facebook of CRM. Many of our colleagues, we're about 800 of us now, at least half of the people who work at Metro Bank are under the age of 25. And it was really important for us that kind of we could work across device, and that social was a big part of our consideration. And to be fair to the Microsoft team and the cyber team here in the UK, having heard the feedback that they'd lost the deal, they came back and shared with us the roadmap. And I think that's the roadmap that I think you're going to be going through this afternoon. But when we saw Orion and we got a preview of Windows 8 phone devices, Yammer, Link, the entire way that the CRM product links with the Microsoft stack, that was probably where sort of the IT team started to win over, and we could start to see that we could get everything we wanted from a social platform and from a modern Dynamics platform at the same time as staying with the sort of Microsoft stack, which we've built the bank upon.
That's terrific. Well, your story is amazing, Paul, and I really appreciate you guys doing this. And I actually also wanted to thank your partner, Cyber. It sounds like just did a fantastic job and continues to be just a great asset to helping you really realize the aspiration of customer experience at Metro Bank.
Yep, and we'd love you all to come mystery shoppers. Come see what it's all about.
Yeah, come in. Now, what's the time limit? If all these guys want to come to one of your London locations, how long to get a debit card and checks?
15 minutes. We're open 362 days a year, 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening. You can find us on a website, or just ask anyone in London and they'll point you to the nearest store.
That's awesome. Paul, thank you very much. Everybody help me thank Paul. That was awesome.
Have a great afternoon.
And have a great rest of your evening, Paul. Thank you for staying up so late. Hopefully you catch your train home.
You're
Good
welcome.
night. Cheers. All right, guys. So that was, I think, just a great story. And I really do hope that you guys get a chance to go see this. You know, I don't think any other bank has opened up as much as they have and really driving this notion of customer experience. So that's just one example, I think, of some of the customers that we've been working with just to think about how we actually do this better. And so what I wanted to just share with you is how we're thinking about this notion of making it personal. And, you know, Metro Bank did a great job of just kind of showcasing how they do it. But we have a lot of customers, and in fact, a lot of you who both use our technology to make your businesses more personal for your customers, but you also have the opportunity to extend this, you know, as you are great partners of ours. And so I wanted to just give you the framework by which we're talking about this. And this is very specific to CRM 2013. And as you think about it, you know, what people really need are not just, you know, something that you know, works, but something that completely reimagines how they experience the software. It itself can't just be something that works, but something that amazes them and gets them excited to use it. You know, when we think about it, it's something around taking the guesswork out of work and making it so intuitive and user-friendly. I love it when my slides just work on their own. That's great. Unless somebody has a secret moving thing here. Maybe it's telling me that I need to move faster. But you also have to have great insights with great context around social and different you know, aspects of the business. We need to have insights that are actionable. And so thinking about providing the right personalized insights, not just for your users, but that your customers can actually take advantage of. And then finally, as we think about it, it does have to be connected, but not just connected discreetly, but pervasively connected, both to inside social, when you start to think about collaborative marketing, collaborative selling, but also outside social, being able to listen, get some framework and measure sentiment, and be able to act on that, whether it's in Twitter, a blog, or in more traditional media. So these are all things that we need to think about. So let me walk through a few of these. And in fact, we also have some other videos that we wanted to share with you. But what you're seeing in the background is a shot that we got from Tourism Ireland, which is one of the top 3 most gone to Facebook sites for tourism. Everybody loves to go there. And what they've done to really reimagine this process has been amazing. But if you think about it, it all starts with marketing. How do we think about the modern marketing? Well, it absolutely has to do with knowing your market, where they are in social. It also has to do with being able to act on that information and be able to tailor your marketing to be more personal. But it also has to do with expanding and taking advantage of some of these things and being able to communicate more broadly. And so as we think about just this notion of modern marketing and thinking again about this notion of match, engaging, and nurturing across this entire system, there's a great opportunity to really completely rethink marketing. And we think that the Tourism Ireland has done a great job. So let's just watch this video and see what you guys think.
So Tourism Ireland is the public body charged with marketing the island of Ireland overseas. We have offices in London, offices in Frankfurt, in Paris, in New York, representation as far away as for us as China. Doing our bit to encourage people to come and see the wonderful Emerald Isle. The core of our marketing, it's about engaging the customer. It's about winning mindshare for Ireland over any other holiday destination they might be considering. So we orient all our marketing towards trying to drive that depth of engagement with consumers.
We are, in effect, the marketing department for the Irish tourism industry overseas. So our job is to reach people with our social media presences, our web presence, Ireland.com, and to reach them using email and other advertising and other direct marketing techniques.
So understanding our customer base more than we've ever done before, profiling their interests more than we've ever done before, is becoming a very important bit of our business. Mapping that through then to the experiences that we offer is the challenge for us, because if we can get that formula right, we're far more likely to convert that business and get that person here.
We're the number 2 tourist board on Facebook, and we have over 1.25 million Facebook fans now. Social media is the indication of the way things are evolving for us and the way the landscape is changing. So it is now we're making the strategic connection between brand, our target audiences, our dynamic CRM, and the marketing that we then subsequently do. So right at the heart of this organisation now is dynamic CRM with our customer data.
I think technology has really allowed us to bring a lot of these experiences to life in a way that, wasn't possible. So before social media existed, it was very hard to sell different types of experiences, a different type of Ireland experience to different customers in different ways.
It is incredibly important for us to unify this view into one data source, and that's dynamic CRM for us. This allows us to consolidate what we know about our audience, but more specifically then to create marketing programs that will allow us to continue to target them.
Microsoft Dynamic CRM helps us gather that information, helps us categorize the potential visitors we have or the visitors we have interaction with through all our technology, digital channels, and then to segment them, because that is the key to unlocking the power of that brand architecture. That's the key to unlocking which experiences are most likely to drive that visit to Ireland for that holiday experience.
We have a responsibility to create our view of the customer, and this view of the customer is the heart of the relationship that we then will have with them.
So Microsoft CRM has really helped us get a handle on that. It's really helped us build a database that's quickly accessible and easy for us to factor and categorize our customers in order to enable us to customize the communications we in turn deliver to them.
So I think this is a great example of kind of this notion of match, engage, and nurture, just in the marketing world, right? So these guys did a great job of matching to tourists that wanted to come to Ireland to just have an amazing experience. They used that then to engage with these people in the right context, with the right level of information, and in the right way that those customers wanted to. And now one of the things that they're working on is this whole notion of using marketing as a nurturing vehicle. They want repeat visitors. They want people to bring their friends the next time. So this whole notion of the new way to market and using social and using CRM, et cetera, to do that is just shown, I think, very clearly here in this video. So we have to think about just this notion of sales. And when we think about it, there's just a great opportunity for all sellers to really become more of an engagement team. There are very few individual cowboy sales processes anymore, and so it is really collaborative. But in order to do that, you have to have great insight, one, about just focusing on your customer. How do I help solve their problems? And do it in a phenomenal way. but I need a lot of information. And all of us that we share information with people, the more that people know about me and the more personal things they know about me, the better I feel about that relationship. I know they're trying to help me. Many of you probably have that experience at home. Like, one example, my wife knows that I don't like raisins in my cookies. I don't know why, I just don't like it. But when she takes the time to think about that and shows that personal care, it helps me. Now, we can know those types of things about our customers. We know when they want to be engaged. We all know none of us want to be called after 9. Most of us don't want to be called on the phone anymore at all. And so just one notion of having that personal information about how to engage and do it in the right way is key. But as we move forward, we really want to do this in a more collaborative and let's say very orchestrated way that is right up to our customers' expectations. And so when you think about this notion and think about just for 1 second Weight Watchers as a customer, this is one of the things they do brilliantly. Not only do they have a great marketing plan and they have all of these different ways for people to go in and become Weight Watchers fans, but they have this distributed sales process where they have all of these agents around the country that basically want to help engage. And their customers now tell them exactly what the best way to engage is. They leverage our tools to help their customers, really, one noble purpose, to get healthier and to feel better about themselves. I can't think of anything better for that, and I think that there is a great story in how Weight Watchers does this with a lot of our technologies and actually with your help.
Weight Watchers is the leading weight management company. We operate globally and we help people lead healthier lives. The member experience that we have designed is intended to feel very seamless and intended to deliver the right amount of information at the right time.
Weight Watchers have been evolving both in the meeting business and the online business. And one of the things that we aim to do with this program is to bring those channels together. We didn't have a central repository of all these interactions. We also didn't have a way to communicate with our customers consistently. So what Microsoft Dynamics has done is allowed us to centralize all this information as well as apply consistent rules to how we communicate to our customers, how we service them, and how we sell to them. We have a social presence today. What we want to do now is start to have a whole 360-degree views of our customer interactions. We use Microsoft Dynamics to manage 500 million pieces of communications on an annual basis to millions of our members.
One of the great things about working at Weight Watchers today is the relationship that I have with the technology team. We have a fantastic team at Weight Watchers that is very passionate. We really work very well together. We take a look at the business issues and we try and solve them in a way that makes sense from the member's point of view. And now I'm so excited that we have the ability to use some really state-of-the-art tools and really push it to the next level.
And you think about the next step here of trying to drive a personalized experience, and I think this is a great story. The Oklahoma City Thunder, great basketball team. They actually, they're competitive. They do some great things. But one of the things that they really aspired to do is to be the best at keeping their fans and everybody that came to their games happy. Whether they came to the games live, they watched it on TV, they were creating fanatics. Now that's a great thing for a professional, athletic team, in this case basketball. But if you translate that to every single company and having the ability to shift from let's just keep loyal customers to let's create fanatics. Everything that these guys do, from the way that they sell their tickets to the way that people come to the stadium to the way that people actually come in, all of the greeters, they have a single focus around creating the most magical, unbelievable experience. And it's been validated. They're #1 in the NBA for customer experience. This is amazing. And you think about how everybody goes to these sporting events, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, etc., football, soccer. People want to be there. But for these guys to take it a step above and to really think about how to make that experience even better than the expectation and to win that #1 award is pretty special. And so we really think that these are some great examples, whether it's Ireland Tourism, Weight Watchers, Oklahoma City Thunder. There's many more. And in fact, we want you guys to contribute more to that. There are some great stories that I think really land this notion of how we make it personal, not just for our customers to use, but for their customers to have an unbelievable experience every time. Now, we do have to deliver on how we do that. And I think that Dynamics has done a great job as Wayne set it up. But because we're part of Microsoft, this gives us a huge opportunity. We've done some amazing things within CRM 2013, within all of our ERP products. But we can't do that without all of the other great things that Microsoft provides. So I think this notion of intuitive user experience, actionable insights, and being pervasively connected are great things that Dynamics with some of these other products can do. But there's a lot of other things that provide just unmatched value from Microsoft. Not just the value of choice and the value of trust and the fact that we're really doing everything we can to help our customers across the board, but it comes down to the value, the impact that we deliver at the best value. And this is where you guys definitely come in to help us, not just with our products, but adding IP, adding a personalized touch with regards to how you deliver these solutions, and ultimately how we keep these customers and really aspire to have them be fanatics of all of ours. So it goes without saying that these things are obviously very important. But you guys want to see the products. I think we have an amazing product coming out in 2013, and I'd like to invite Ruben Krippner up to actually showcase some of this stuff and help me welcome him up on stage so he can show you this great stuff.
Thanks, Fred.
Ruben.
Thank you.
Good luck. I'll be down here.
So what I wanted to do was, first of all, our legal team forced me to say this. Everything that I say could be a lie tomorrow, but we definitely are striving to deliver everything that I'm going to go through, everything I'm going to show you today, but you'll hear me use the term Orion. It's stuck in my vocabulary, but I do mean CRM 2013. And any references to future releases, we're obviously thrilled to be bringing them to you, but like any software vendor, like any software company, there are decisions that we have to make during the course of it, so please respect that. So if we look at the themes overall for Dynamics CRM 2013, Fred touched on the user experience and how important that is to drive adoption of the CRM system, drive adoption of and enthusiasm around CRM, and you'll see that manifest itself in the advances that we've made there. Process agility, one of the things that we've really focused hard on, and Bob Stutz and team, who are now leading up the engineering effort, have been very focused on delivering finished app. So that is delivering predefined processes across sales, service, and marketing that our partners can then take and tweak and refine and tailor for specific customers. So, and that's going to translate moving forward in terms of a solution that customers are able to take and work with more quickly, derive value from the system. I'd like to thank Ben for setting the timers up on the slides. Thanks, buddy. As well as delivering complete end-to-end scenarios. So that's a huge element of the investments moving forward. Obviously, mobility is a key area and an area that we need to drive across tablets, across phones, across any kind of mobile device. That's going to be an important area, and it's shaped some of the investments that we've made. And then social in context is really talking about how Yammer and enterprise social networks inside the firewall enable new, incredible ways on how I can collaborate, find information, ask questions, find expertise. And we want to deliver that in as a native part, a natural part of Dynamics CRM. And we're very proud of the fact that we were the first line of business application in the Microsoft stack that embedded and incorporated and integrated Yammer into that. Once again, the timer's telling me I've got to keep going. So let's actually get into the demo. Not quite ready to do that, but let's do it anyway. So let's switch across, first of all, to our CRM 2013. So one of the pieces of feedback that we've had is, hey, could you cut down a few clicks and cut down a few pop-ups? So we heard that feedback loud and clear, and we focused on a fluid, intuitive, and easy to understand, simple user experience. So we definitely want to strive for a world where salespeople, service professionals, and marketing professionals want to work with the tool because they see value. And as we move towards that goal, the first step in that is to go, let me get in, get the job done, and get out. So plenty of salespeople don't actually enjoy, they don't wake up in the morning looking forward to using the CRM system because it doesn't add value. So the investments we're making around user experience means that that's a simpler, painless approach. But as we make more investments around the intelligence and insight and the guided processes, they start to see value and information that the system is providing that they wouldn't have derived themselves. So what we're having a look at here is the home page. Again, personalization. I can go and pick that, what I want to see. I can go and tailor and pick the dashboard that's relevant to me. But the navigation is now flattened, and it's much more sort of touch-friendly. So if I hover over things like Dynamic CRM, it's going to give me the options on the sections that are relevant, and again, it will respect my personalization if I'm just a service professional, so on and so forth. So as we move into the sales area, now I can actually get whatever my default area is, maybe it's my dashboard, but again, from that, I can then drill into information that's related to what I do. So this is also well in place and well ready to go for a touch and gesture-based device, as well as a keyboard and mouse device. So let's actually go in and have a look at some leads. One of the things that I can also do is drill into any most recently used records within that. I'm just going to drill into the list of leads that I actually have. And from here I can actually, let's say we want to go and drill into Jamie Carragher. So continuing my tradition of including Liverpool football players in the club as part of my demo flow, Jamie Carragher is one of the greatest players of all time, in my opinion. But in order to do that, and in order to convey what Jamie looks like, we've now included the image type. So from any kind of record, I can actually attach an image. So that could be a person, it could be a corporate logo, it could be whatever I want to within the system. So that's something that you can tailor and configure and use. You'll also see that we've obviously got the capabilities here around the information that we want to see. We've got our embedded Bing Maps. We've got our Yammer interactions front and center within that. And I've got that very simple to tailor experience. We also, let's just switch out for a second and dive into a contact. So if we look at this, we've also delivered what we call quick creates. And so, again, from feedback from customers and partners, we wanted to make it simple for someone to go in and add related information. So in this case, let's say I've been talking to Adam, I consider that there's a new sales opportunity here. I want that quick create, just capture the information, get the job done and get out and then start working the sales cycle. So we want to focus more on selling time, less on data entry time. Another example is maybe I'm on the phone, and obviously we've got inbuilt Skype and Link integration here, so I can drive video conferences and phone calls and so on. But maybe what I want to do is during the course of that, I'm taking a phone call from someone else, and I actually want to go and create any record that I want. So we've got this quick create concept of any record within the system. So I can go and define what are the basic information I want to capture, and with one click or touch, I'm able to get there. You'll notice that I haven't popped up any form, there hasn't been any dialogue to confuse the user. It's very simple to understand where I am, and this makes that user experience very simple. Let's also be very clear that if we look at our key competitors, particularly Salesforce, they got a call from the 1990s and they wanted their user experience back. So we want to make sure that we're driving to changing the game as far as how people work with our systems. So another key area of investment that we've made is around process management. So let's dive back into that lead. And we introduced in the Polaris release, or our recent online update, we introduced the concept of processes and guided processes. So we've built on that. One, we've enabled processes across any entity within the system, regardless of if it's custom or out of the box. By the way, folks, if you want impromptu applause when I say something, it would encourage me. I hate it when I've got to demand applause, but so the idea is that, thanks Fred, the idea is that what I want to be able to do also is I recognize that we might have different processes depending on the context of what I'm doing. So in this case, maybe if I'm running a process for an existing lead, I might want to be able to actually go and switch to a different process. Maybe I've got a different process if this is a cross-sell opportunity. Or the way that we're also working towards is we started this journey of end-to-end processes. Well, in the Orion release, we take it to a new level. So in this case, I actually have defined a lead-to-cash process, and it's now incorporating all of the stages, including quotes. And in fact, I can jump from lead to opportunity to quote, back to opportunity, and I can now tailor this complete end-to-end process. A user, a salesperson doesn't think about a lead as a process or an opportunity. They think about, I've got a lead, I want to close that business. So why shouldn't the system reflect that? And so you're going to be able to model these. And in fact, one of the challenges or encouragements I give to you, the partner community, is your ability to compile libraries of processes that you can then package up and use as IP. Certainly fantastic value as far as pre-sales within certain industries, but could be a huge differentiator and value add for you to bring into a customer with these predefined library of processes available. So those things are definitely moving forward. Let's just to show you an example on how this might translate in a non-CRM, in an XRM fashion. Let me set this background up. So my beautiful wife and I have 15-month-old twins, a boy and a girl, Oscar and Holly. And thanks, you didn't need to applaud that, but it's welcomed. And you can imagine my surprise when I got home from Zurich recently to be told that we've got number 3 on the way. So what I thought I would do is actually show... thanks a lot. That wasn't actually my reaction when I was told. You beauty. But so I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll model this thing called a baby, and we'll set up a process. And this just gives you some insight in terms of my thought process and how I went through the unexpected baby. So our process starts with the creation. Now, this is a family show, so I'm not going to go into intimate detail there, but for example, there was Sting music on, I decided to cook dinner, there was a reasonable amount of grovelling on. Fred and I were discussing this, and he's more a Sade guy rather than Sting, but you can tailor your own process. That's the beauty of CRM 2013. So as we move into the next stage of denial, what I wanted to be able to do is make sure that I correctly freaked out. You naturally have to question the accuracy of the test. You need to make sure that you're not freaking out unintentionally, and of course the natural reaction is to go and buy a sports car. So once you're sort of through that, now one of the other things that we introduced was we want to make sure that it's mandatory for me to freak out. It's mandatory for a guy who's just found out he's having another kid, he's going to freak out. So what we wanted to do was make sure, well, you're not going to get to the acceptance stage unless you're freaked out. So just to show that, we've now put in gates or required pieces of information to collect. So it's not going to let me to accept this until I've freaked out. So let's go ahead and do that. So I questioned the test. We went to the doctor. It's real. This is not a drill. So we're now into the acceptance phase. This is where I decide to sell the sports car. I need to buy a minivan. Generally, my life is over as I know it. But you can start to see that this ability to model processes is incredibly valuable. You can set this up on any record type that you want. So I'm thinking of all kinds of industries, the ability to define multiple processes for each of these custom entities. This is incredibly powerful stuff, folks. And as you can see, it fits nicely and consistently in this beautiful user experience. So let's actually now switch gears and go into the mobile experience. And to do that, I'm going to switch over here. Okay, so what you're actually looking at, by the way, everything that I'm demoing today is live code. So one, it exists, but two, anything can happen. So if we have a look at how we lay this information out, so you can define what you want to see on the particular screen. In this case, we've laid out for a salesperson, and in fact, the out-of-the-box configuration for Orion is going to be the salesperson. But I've got things like my opportunities, and if I drill into that, it's laid out. You'll see across the top right-hand side, the process control is rendered for me there. It gives me the steps as part of that stage, but it's optimized for a specific touch and gesture-based device. So we've built in the Skype integration, so I can trigger phone calls and video calls and those sorts of things. We've also included the business intelligence, so I can actually drill into, in the same way I can in the web client, I can drill into information maybe within my funnel chart, maybe within various other charts that you can expose to the mobile client. So this is about, again, if we look at the concept of get in, get stuff done, get out, this is a key example. It gives me the right experience for the device in the right context. I don't need the complete CRM system on my tablet, but what I do need is a fast, fluid, and intuitive experience on this. So it's very, very simple to configure, and also, just so that we can show that it actually exists, we've also built it for this piece of junk. So it will work on other devices. And we recognize, not arrogantly, we humbly recognize that the iPad is a widespread tool used by salespeople, and so we wanted to make sure that we are delivering the same experience. We feel actually that as we move into this devices and services world, there will be very compelling reasons to move to Surface and other Windows tablets to be able to do like crazy stuff, like run 2 apps at once. Just ridiculously revolutionary, world-changing stuff. So that's all I'm going to show on the Apple. I don't want to give it an ad, but it works. It's a great paperweight. So essentially, that's what I wanted to show around CRM 2013. Let's just dive back into some of the roadmap context moving forward. So our CRM release plan is as follows. So we delivered the December 2012 service update for our online customers. And if we look at our strategy moving forward, so we've got our fall, or as the rest of the world refers to it as autumn, 2013, autumn in the northern hemisphere obviously, then we'll be delivering the CRM 2013 release. We've also got other releases coming up in the Q1 timeframe of next calendar year, and we'll get into that in just a second. What I wanted to talk about, and I think what is again a key differentiator for this, is the fact that the Orion release, CRM 2013, is being available for both on-premise and online customers. So as we go up against cloud-only vendors, we have a key differentiator. We are fulfilling our promise to deliver the power of choice, and we are delivering the great capabilities that I've just shown for both on-premise and online customers. So this is a major step forward as far as power of choice. What I would say is, in our FY13, our financial year recently closed, almost 2/3 of our new customer adds were in the cloud. So that is why we are focused on a twice-yearly release cadence for online, and we'll continue to do that. It allows us engineering scale to be able to deliver innovation more quickly. And then we'll be delivering our on-premise releases once per year. Now, our feedback from our enterprise customers was positive around that strategy, in the fact that many of them felt that they needed time from a change management, evaluation, QA environment in order to make the decision to move on to the next on-premise release. Of course, for our on-premise customers, our commitment to sustained engineering continues, and we'll have update roll-ups every 12 weeks as we have so far. So if we look at the releases, obviously we delivered the December 2012 service update, or Polaris. Orion, or Dynamics CRM 2013, as we know, will ship in the calendar year, the Q3, early Q4 of this calendar year. Mira is the updated release for Marketing Pilot, our recent acquisition, so that's going to be available in Q1 of next calendar year. And then the Leo release, which will be the next release after CRM 2013, will be available. So what does that actually mean as far as the investments that we're making? So there's no timelines on it, but these are areas that we're absolutely committed into delivering on. So things like enhanced sales planning, so whether that's forecast management, whether it's budget management, these sorts of things, and utilizing some of the incredible capabilities that Office and Excel delivers, those are certainly investments that we're going to be making. Delivering new capabilities and in integration with Lync and Skype. So not only just taking advantage of the fact that Lync and Skype are now federated and they can talk to each other, which opens up huge business-to-consumer opportunities, we're looking at experiences allow how I can actually go and track instant message and Skype conversations directly within CRM. Integrated social, NetBreeze. How many of you guys have seen NetBreeze? Cool, I'm going to show it, so too many people won't be disappointed that I'm showing it. But NetBreeze is our acquisition in social analytics and listening, and we'll be delivering that integrated into the CRM experience and into the CRM offering in upcoming releases. And that allows scenarios around brand management and being able to understand the buzz and sentiment around your brand, your products, your services, as well as social customer care, the ability to actually go and look through tweets and Facebook posts and blog posts and convert those into customer cases or leads or opportunities and so forth. We'll continue our extension of the mobile devices that we support, moving on to other platforms like Android, moving on to phone form factors like the iPhone and Android phones. So we'll continue to invest in those mobile experiences moving forward. And then from a customer care perspective, we're going to be making further investments in the case management capabilities, the knowledge management capabilities to back that up, and things like entitlements and service level agreement management. Now, we've started to see some of the preliminary drops of code for this. It's not going to be in the Orion release, but that work, that engineering work is already underway. So, hopefully what we've proven is that we are on the right path as far as our engineering cadence is concerned. We're on the right path in terms of how we're reinvigorating the business and the product and delivering new capabilities for you to add value to our joint customers. So let's go and have a quick look at NetBreeze. And for those that were in the keynote, I'm just logging in here first, guys, so you don't see my password. Yeah. Sure. So if we look at NetBreeze, it's about social analytics. So I'm only going to touch on this very, very briefly. So if we look at Revlon, this was an organization, the cosmetics company, who we've been doing some work with, and you may have seen this in Convergence and so on. But the intention is that I've got the ability to do analysis on what people are saying on Facebook, Twitter, blogs, news services, those sorts of things, and I can measure that across different languages, across different channels. So in this case, over half of the conversations about Revlon are occurring on Twitter. But I can also go in and actually drill into specific areas. Maybe I'm interested in just mentions of Revlon, the brand. Maybe I'm interested in face care products. And so as a brand manager, I'm able to go in and see what the buzz is across that information. I can see over the time period, which in this case is last month. I can see the buzz generated, so we can absolutely see that on this date, the 17th of June, there was a significant spike. I haven't drilled in to find out what that is, but you can actually drill into specific days, identify areas, concerns, issues that might have cropped up, positive responses to marketing messages. These are huge tools that are now going to be in the hands of our marketing and customer care professionals. I can also drill into the sources. So across these things, maybe I'm interested in what people are saying on Twitter. And then if I want to, I can actually even drill into the individual documents and start to engage with that person, reply, retweet, so on and so forth. So huge opportunities moving forward as far as what NetBreeze is going to offer. I'm running a social session after this, so if you want to find out more, please stop by for that one. But with that, I'm going to hand back to Fred, who's going to take you through pricing and licensing to close us out. Thanks very much, Fred.
Sure. Thanks, Ruben. So hopefully you guys got a good taste of not only the fun that we're having in building this release, but some good examples maybe that you guys can go draft on. I'm going to be very brief because I appreciate that you guys need to get to another session and we're a few minutes over. But we made some, as we've made some great product enhancements around making it personal, we felt it was just in line to do the same thing for our pricing. So we've tried to really elevate and make more simple and even bring some parity between online and on-prem licensing, not just for Dynamics, but also to help us align better with all of the other Microsoft products, including Yammer, Office 365, and other types of things. So these are some of the key principles that I think that you guys will get. We did a blog today. Please go take a look at it. We've got a lot of training coming up, but let me just very quickly tell you what we did. So basically, when you think about CRM Online, we actually have right now 3 SKUs. You can see that we've actually changed this per user per month to be very effective. Essential, basic, and then your professional user. And when you think about all the great capabilities that you're going to get, full sales, service, marketing, and custom access to XRM, for $65 per user per month, this is an awesome value. There's lots of more details that you guys can get on this, so I'll let you take a few pictures of that, and then I'm going to move on. In the interest of time, this is what we've done to align that and have parity between online and on-prem. So you have the same basic SKUs, you have the same things for the container, but also what goes into that. And again, just great value. And being able to mix and match some of these so that people can actually have different sets of users, whether it's some essential, some standard, some pro. We can also kind of do a mixture of both online and on-prem. And you think about then just the access that you have to add on to this with other SKUs around Yammer or Office 365. There's some great value there. So I will just highlight that there is some great training that's going to be available. We're going to have a full readiness section around this. You will get access to all of this stuff so that you guys are familiar with it and so that you can educate your customers. But I think when you think about just the awesome value that we have in the products, the great capabilities around the user experience, the analytics, social and context and connection, and you have all of the Microsoft capabilities that we're adding, and then match that with the ability to personalize this from a value perspective, both value and TCO, there is no better place to get CRM applications or applications in general than Microsoft. And we need your help to get that out there. So I will basically say that there are a few calls to action. We definitely need you guys to engage. You guys already have. There's a lot of changes here. We want you to be comfortable and confident about not just what's happening with regards to the product, but how we're actually taking this to market. We're going to do a lot of great launch activities, the cadence of our roadmap so you can kind of keep up to speed on those, but also this great pricing that provides you guys with great ability to go talk about the value to your customers. So I'm just going to close by thanking you once again for attending the session. Hopefully it was valuable. I'm Fred Studer, and thank you guys for coming to WPC CRM. Take care.